All right, let's get started with the next 24-hour temperature cast. Numbers starting a little warmer this morning. Going to get, I think, pretty warm this afternoon. Not uncomfortably warm, not middle of summer warm, but for, this point in November, numbers that start with an 8, it's a little on the warm side. And I think what will happen for us overnight tonight is we're going to keep the temperatures even higher up in the 50s, maybe even a few more spots a little closer to 60. And this warming trend that started a couple of days ago is going to continue into the weekend until that next wave of cool air gets here, probably by Monday morning. And big changes are coming for early next week. Now, we'll start to see a few clouds out there as we slowly turn up the moisture just a little tiny bit, and I do think that's going to lead to some patchy fog in spots this morning. Seeing some out to the west already. We'll likely notice a little bit more developing over the next couple of hours. I think better chances for more fog in more spots tomorrow and Saturday morning. So that's going to become a thing over the next couple of mornings. We're at 50 in Tallahassee. We're at 52 in Valdosta. We're at 55 in Thomasville. It's not breezy. Those dew point numbers, instead of being back near 40, are now up over 50 in many spots, or real close to 50 like they are at the Tallahassee airport. I see that 161 at Alligator Point. Everybody else spanning the 50s, from a 56 in Bainbridge to a 54 in Liberty County to a 51 in Perry to a 53 in Moultrie. So a good scattering through the 50s. It's not breezy, but every now and then a little puff of wind will do its best to limit some of that fog that's trying to get going out there. You can see Camilla and Mariana and Blountstown and Panama City and Dothan all with some pretty good reduced visibilities. So some of that fog to the west is trying to spill a little bit more east. And over the next 24 hours, especially in the overnights and early morning hours, I do think we're going to find more and more fog when those temperatures are at their lowest. Now, down to the bottom of the screen, some clouds down that way. That's where most of it's going to stay. We'll be actually looking to the north and west for this next boundary to get here, and that's probably not going to happen before Sunday. Maybe it gets here later on Saturday. I think it could and likely will trigger some showers at points in the deep south. I'm still not convinced there's going to be enough moisture in place or enough things lining up to bring any real showers or thunderstorms to our area, but we'll introduce some chances for showers on Saturday. And then I think what happens is it takes maybe a good whole day for the boundary to clear across the area and for that next air mass to start filtering in. That's when we start bringing in the much cooler air. And we're really going to start feeling that Monday and Tuesday and even Wednesday morning. We could be looking at some of the coldest temperatures we've had in a long time by the time we get to, I think, Tuesday morning. Here's Futurecast. Not a whole lot going on for today. A few clouds and spots. Same kind of setup for tomorrow. We get into the weekend. Shower chances really, really limited. They're not zero, but they're really, really limited. And I know we need some real rain around here. I just don't see it happening anytime soon. Instead, I think that next boundary gets here by the end of the weekend, and much cooler air arrives behind that boundary. There isn't a lot going on in the tropics. Everything's pretty quiet for the Atlantic, the Gulf, and the Caribbean. Maybe a little area with some showers and storms over here, not too far from the Yucatan, but nothing that looks like it's taken on any kind of tropical shape. On the Gulf today, northeast and east winds, maybe up to 12 knots, if that much. So some pretty good conditions with a few more clouds. We'll call it mostly smooth, maybe a little light chop in the protected waters. Patchy fog this morning, 50s. This afternoon, mostly sunny, maybe turning a little bit more partly cloudy. And I do think 80s in play again. We'll also notice a little bit of that humidity. That likely leads to some more patchy fog overnight tonight and temperatures that stay a little higher up in the 50s. That 7-day forecast. Got a little something for everybody except everybody looking for some rain. A few sprinkles are possible Saturday or Sunday, but it's unlikely. Notice how the temperatures take a nosedive on Monday and could be breezy too on Monday with highs that may not get back to 60. And then Tuesday and Wednesday morning, it's looking like frost is a slam dunk, but we could see in spots north and west little light freezes already. Yeah, that kind of cold. We got a couple of days before we get there to fine tune for you.